and the males kind of
Women
like
only want one thing, and it's this.
exactly. So the males live in these subterranean dens, and they always they you know they talk and they don't really do anything. They don't contribute to society anyway, and they're all kind of piece of shit basically. And they all have this community eventually, but Troll Warlord is such a bad. He's such a dick that they kick him out, and he gets really angry about that. So he comes back and he kills them all, and then he just keeps killing everybody. And yeah, so you're kind of right by the end, but different in how they got there. But so yeah,
Yeah, he irritated other people instead of other people irritating him.
yeah, but they're literally incels that live in their mother's basements.
10 seconds remaining.
Huh. I mean, I bet he was yelling free speeches. He got kicked out too.
5 seconds remaining.
Probably something like that. Yeah. I know my rights.
Your right is to shut up and play by the rules. I want to say here, by the way, that this Ember Spirit early pick is already staring down 2 lanes that are not going to be fun for him. Legion Commander saw it before. Hestejo got way too much out of that lane. Ember just needed to catch up, and then there's so much threat coming out from that Legion later when she has initiation. And then Monkey King absolutely wipes the floor with Ember as well. You just can't come up close and trade.
Yeah, there's it's some really rough lanes coming out, and again, they clearly like the hero, but it's not doing much for them. At least in the last game, maybe we're going to get proved wrong. I mean, last game was very much the Huskar problem, but I don't see how Monkey King's not going to be a problem this time around. Then they grab the Phoenix, which is pretty good into 2 melee cores. That said, the Monkey King can usually close the gap quite easily.
10 seconds remaining.
The lack in attack speed is going to irritate both of them, as well as this solidifies the team fight pressure. And Ascomanni only really have one more pick left if they want to match properly on the team fight. So Wind and Rain once again lack a lot of this micro control. The regular stuns basically only have the axe right now, but if they can properly get a team fight going and lock Ascomanni in a certain position, then they are certainly going to have the dominant team fight here. I just hope that Ascomanni don't get too fixated on the Phoenix. Like, on one hand, yeah, it's great to have an egg hitter. On the other hand, the hero is only an egg every once in a while, and it is very important to look at his weaknesses, like, outside of that. How do we, make sure that he doesn't fly away? Can we chase him out? Monkey King is pretty good in that regard. As well as, making use of the fact that it's not really a very strong laning hero. I imagine this is going to be an Axe Phoenix. There might be, like, Boogie might be looking to backlane here.
Never noticed the similarities between Pyrian Flax and Phoenix. Both just an egg which turns up every once in a while. Usually for ESL Birmingham.
I was so confused.
To see the relation there.
Well, it's easy to see the relation between these two. Such a classic. Faceless Void, Phoenix.
El Classico.
I gotta say, like, the Void 2 is not going to have a fun lane. These are 3 melee laners, and there's already 2 melee
10 seconds
lane dominators up on Ascomanni. They're getting a bit short on the picks, though.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm also worried because
Bloodseeker's out, the Huskar is out.
They've just shoehorned Ember Spirit into their mid lane. Monkey King can just go mid and tear this up, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think what we're looking for here is probably an ace hero. I don't think Monkey. Which leaves us in like a little bit of a pickle here, because what's left for ace is either like the cheese or a juggernaut, and I don't see going back. So, are they looking to grab, for example, the oh, well, they're gonna solve it for me.
There's the silencer.
Ace Monkey King.
Man. Yeah. Gonna come out as the final pick for Ascomanni. So that's kind of like the classic anti-Void Phoenix kind of pick. A very good versus the Ember Spirit as well, to be honest.
Yeah, you force the Ember Spirit into buying defensive items, doesn't want to do at all, delays his scaling before he can truly like start actually playing the game. And then, yeah, of course, even if Wind and Rain are the ones that find the initiation, the follow-up after that can be completely negated by that silencer. He can do that from any place on the globe as well. And once again, I don't know who's going up against the silencer in the lane, but silencer hits like a truck, and I don't think Ember Spirit has much, if any, way to stop the silencer from getting all of these CS in that.
Yeah.
You might get to live though. That's the upside.
That's the one thing. Yeah, he's probably not going to be like killed in lane a lot, but he's not going to get much from it, I don't think. This feels like a pretty dominating draft from Ascomanni again. I don't really think that. I mean, Wind and Rain can turn it around though. That's what these big spells do. You know, the Chronosphere, the Supernova, with a nice core on top of it as well, and even the Winter's Curse to an extent. I mean, these spells can all come in and create like huge changes in the pace of the game. They're always going to be strong. They always have to be respected. So that is now something for Wind and Rain to look towards, and they now have a carry, which feels pretty good. They can hold longer. They can make themselves last long into the game, which so always having that option and always having the the hope on the horizon that there is a way they can win the game at all times.
Yes, something to play towards, and a Void is definitely that. A Chronosphere can always turn around the game, and with the Phoenix, either with the Egg or with the Sunray, they are going to have a lot of damage into that sphere as well. Depending on how well you land it, you can also have that Ember Spirit jumping around through that. There's 2 layers of initiation here for them. Boogie can go in first, the Chrono second, or the other way around. They definitely have options, but the big spanner in the works is Baby Knight, because anytime he presses R, the chain just stops.
Yeah, and not only is it just bad because the Chronosphere is going to be blocked, but also not being able to time walk and Void makes it really hard for him to be a front laner, because when he doesn't have the time walk, he does tend to feel very squishy indeed. So that can always be a problem. And then you look at the damage they've got on the side of Ascomanni, and they are going to be able to take him down inside that silence duration pretty easily. So big threats on the board for Ascomanni, and a lot for Wind and Rain to be answering to. But as I said, at least they have a clear direction this game. They have a good amount of jump as well. I'm just worried about their laning phase. They need to come out of this laning phase okay. They're going to start things off with a Phoenix and Yol down in the bottom lane, backing up.
Look at the 2 of them taunting.
I know. They look beautiful together. They're 2 little like icy and fiery birds playing with one another. It's so cute.
They're very pretty. Unfortunately, I got a feeling
Is this Jakira's parents?
I think both of them would have a lot to explain. Also, asterisk, yeah, Yol doesn't actually want to commit it to the Arctic burn just yet.
Gonna get both these fights just in the corner of the screens here, but yeah, I'm able to do so. But yeah, Ace was able to come forwards and take that bounty rune as well, so that's gonna be 3 bounty runes their way, and Boogie's taking some damage, but he should be able to go. Ace falling for the classic situation where you just kind of believe that Jingu Mastery is a little bit better than it is, and it doesn't really heal him up too much through it, and he gets beaten down all the same. But I'm not sure he would have escaped either way. The Arctic burn was out onto him.
Yeah, I don't think he was good at getting out. It's a great ability to trade in lane, but you only really get dangerous at the level 3, where you have the 2 in the boundless strike, and you could just really turn something around. And if it's only a sustained battle, Axe wins every time. He probably has a voice line like that.
Axe wins every time. Yeah, I can see it. Alright, so Ace now with a death in the bottom lane and also taking a fair amount of harass, and this is a very nice little combination as well. The Fire Spirits plus the Battle Hunger, you can't last hit, and then damage for every last hit you're not getting. It's pretty painful. But meanwhile in the mid lane, Hannah, he's dropping real low. In fact, he might die to Baby Knight here. He's turning back around. He's got to use a Sleight of Fist to dodge out one right click, but there's another one coming in. Baby Knight has it under tower, but Salve, he keeps himself alive. Hannah lives, and well, Answer going feeling pretty bad, but there is Salve gone. So as predicted, Hannah just kind of sitting under the tower, waiting. Salve coming soon. Walk over here, maybe tango. Yeah, well, yes, maybe we're slight fist to have a tango.
Baby Knight's got a salve and a set of tangos coming in, so he's going to be ready to fight this sustained battle for a long time.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised Hannah only bought out one salve. I mean, that's just... I'm not even sure that's optimistic anymore. I think that's just silly. I think you need to get more than one salve, but I guess he wants to try and work towards the bottle. Just not sure if that's realistic. Ow. Ow. Hannah.
He's going to get spammed out hard.
I was giving an internal monologue of Hannah right now. In the terms of voice, in the tone of voice he's probably thinking in. This.
Ow. I don't like.
Get a creep? No, denied. Okay. Aha! I've got Flame Guard. Now what are you going to do about this, son? Oh, okay. You can still hit me through that, right? Well, I got another one. Yay. He's actually beating him on CS. He's got a range creep here as well, so 13-1, but Baby Knight's got these creeps coming into tower, so let's miss that one. Can get the range creep, surely. It's doing okay. I wouldn't be too sad at him. Looks worse than it is.
What I'm really curious about is which one of these offlane combinations is going to be able to bother the enemy carry more. Right now, Noya gets all the way up in the face of Nefrit, forcing out that salve, and yeah, Hessajo, you trade so well with that moment of courage.
Yeah, you just run
And
at
it's not
him,
even-
you know, get the creeps to attack you as well. Oh, it's all good. Feel great playing against Legion. There's one hero
It's
where
not
you
even
just like don't
big
have to
moves.
worry about creep aggro either. You just like right click on them and just kind of hands off keyboard and watch your hero do its thing.
In that regard, it's pretty funny how much he is alike with
Try harder.
the axe on the bottom lane.
Yeah, Legion Quad always has some fantastic voice lines as well. Like her silver voice lines, believe either try harder and oh, on at bottom, and it takes the fall.
Nice
Oh, sorry,
mustache.
at mid, my bad. Yeah, that's where they are. Yeah, nice mustache, another one. God damn it, now at top. I was just looking over here, but Nefrit does die here. Noya and Hesto just firing off the dual nukes with the lift, and that's enough to grab themselves a kill onto the void.
Yeah, so
Alright,
the
no
problem
one
for
else
the
gonna
void in
die?
this lane is that there's, yeah, very suspicious now, right?
I'm keeping an eye on things, making sure everything's... No, everyone's up to no good.
The void deals well with nukes, but especially when it's just a trading war, like Hessajo constantly coming up to him, smacking him in the face. When do you actually get the profit out of your time walk? Because as soon as you use it, this pesky Rubik can actually come in and deal real damage. So, if you're basically locked out from using it.
Yeah.
Unless somehow the Rubik uses his spells, which is like, sure, fine, but his cooldowns are a lot shorter than yours.
Yeah, he's had a pretty miserable time down here. Sorry, Ace's had a pretty good time down here, all things considered, is what I meant to say. They are not putting enough pressure onto this Monkey King. Okay? I want to see more. I want to see more pressure. I want to see more CS on the axe.
They have decided against backlining here, though, presumably because, you know, that's the motivation. They can get more done in this lane, but the problem is that Ace can actually trade. And I said before, you want the level 2 in that Boundless Strike, and after that you can just turn ganks around purely off of the lifesteal.
Your
I gotta
Master
say,
Wrist. The
Master
block's coming
Wrist-
in. Nikwa doing a great job, but he's over by the shrine, so he's going to be okay. Pops off the shrine. Nikwa not blocking enough. And they do need to go back for their bounty rune, but Nikwa is now doing. Master Risk,
Master
no
Risk.
stomp, so no chance of stopping him. Might be able to
Running
kill him,
after
though.
him with that stapler, though.
Yep.
Yeah, his Icarus dive is on
Ages?
CG for another 9
Nope.
seconds. Gets walked down.
Ow. Boogie as well, now with a 3 Jingu on him, just gets to watch Ace farm. This is not how this bottom lane was supposed to go, but it's how it's going. Hit from Ace as well. Not even sure what that one's about, but living up his
Showing
teammate.
appreciation.
Good job, buddy. You got a kill.
This looks again very much like that first game where just all three on top of the last hits board are Ascomanni.
Yeah, and this mid lane is super dominant from Baby Knight. In fact, the Ember Spirit's not even there anymore. He's jungling up nearby top lane. He did come for a rotation, but didn't really do anything, and now he's back.
It's a solid attempt. Like, at the very least, he's putting himself in a position where he could do something if things go. Unfortunately, he gets spotted out by Noya. His absence on the mid lane was pretty suspicious.
Oh no, the Void. Oh, just getting the time walk out, though. He was fine. JK, guys. JK, I'm good. A lot of damage coming out. He's lucky to have the time walk, really. But then again, he'd also like to be another hero who can do better in this lane.
Yeah, and the real problem is that even though you're getting more experience now, you're not the hero that's going to leverage that. Like, the one that you'd really want to be doing well as a trade-off for these other lanes losing right now is Boogie. And Boogie he's having a good time, but he's not destroying his lane or anything.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, the previous game also makes me a little bit more hesitant, because I found Boogie's itemization there to be, like, it took a lot of time. I would have rather seen him go for something more traditional, like the urn, maybe into Spirit Vessel, go further with that, than waiting all the while for that Aghanim Scepter to come in, and then find out that his enemies have taken over the game.
Oh, Boogie gets a call off onto the Elder Titan. The Sunray's going to follow up as well, but he goes for the TP out and should be absolutely fine. Elder Titan runs him.
I'm surprised that he went all the way back at all. 2 tangos. I think he could have really just teleported himself to the back of his own tower there. But maybe he doesn't feel the need to. Well, he's walking back. Okay.
Lane's pushing in. Ace is okay to go for some CS here, though. Not with Yol on around as well. He puts down the Observer behind the tower also, so annoying stuff as Ace bounces over to the secret shop, grabs himself some power treads. Are you going to do anything here? No, he's just going to jump down and try and get some CS. They can't. I mean, there's 2 heroes here. What do these guys actually do, though? And there's a Phoenix and there's a Wyvern, neither of which can initiate, so I don't know, it feels extremely
Sometimes the illusion of pressure is enough, and they're not doing anything on the other lanes. Nefert has his 6 now, also because his support stayed away. And the Wyvern grabbed some levels in mid by keeping Baby Knight off the tower, but Hannah has decided to come back over there, and now he's spotted out by these wards already on his rotation. Pings coming in from the Elder Titan. They know the Ember is in their own jungle, so even if he wants to make something happen with a level 6, I'm not sure.
Actually stacking for himself and just going at these this Radiant medium camp here.
Ah man, isn't that a sad sight to see? Ember Spirit farming jungle at 6. Baby Knight is literally... He doesn't have an opponent. He hasn't had an opponent for 5 minutes. He's just been this game. Let's see how many he's got. He's like 64.
He's like, damn, I didn't realize. Oh, the silence coming out. The Void wanted to chrono him, but it doesn't happen. The Ember Spirit's still sticking around, though, but he might get dueled up. Nope, Hester Joe doesn't get it off in time. And that's going to be a failed rotation, but big response from Ascomanni, though. They bring everybody back around. Legion just following the Void wherever he may go.
They brought all 3 cores in for that. It's a good move for Windrain. Like, these moments that they have, they clearly understand the kind of moves that you could be making to turn the game around. But unfortunately, Baby Knight is too fast on the trigger. Nefert doesn't get that first chrono off, and now he comes back into a top lane where Ace is immediately bullying him.
Yeah, he's actually jumping on him here. He really wants his Jingu.
Jingu.
He'll get it, and Hester coming in. There's the duel. They get him eaten through the trees perfectly. Hester homes in on the Void, and he just wasn't expecting that. There's something he could do about it anyway. Hester is so damn fast. No, he's just fast as hell.
No, he had a history.
Oh, he did have Ace. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and there was a ward watching him actually, but if you're not paying enough attention, then you see the Legion commander briefly on that point. You're like, oh, the Legion is coming. No, no, she has haste. She's already
she's here. Yeah. Kind of like one of the horror movies when you look around the corner and it's like a killer clown, like, you know, 100 meters away, and then you turn around, then you look back again, and he's a meter away. It's like, oh.
Like the Angels, Doctor Who.
Angels, yeah. That was the golden days of Doctor Who. Good times.
Ah, yes, the nightmares.
Or that gif of the kitten. But that's a kitten, Not getting the catapults, yes, that feels bad. And they actually take this middle tower, which isn't really to anybody's surprise. Hester go for the TP out, just abuse it. Well, there you go. Have a chrono, Hester Joe. You earned it. Smack, smack, smack.
Nefert just got himself 2 chrono options denied already. I think he's happy to just get it over with. That's a solid kill.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, I don't think they have anywhere near the leverage, they need to turn that around into a kill on the opposing tier 1 tower. That one's just been completely untouched, and Boogie got pinged right now. They're spotting him farming in that jungle. He did take the bottom tower during.
Yeah, what's your opinions on level 20 talent attacking procs counter helix with Manta?
Like, really, you're going to build an item for like 5,000 gold for that?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've seen it once in a high MMR game, not even competitive game, in a high MMR game.
I was about to say, it doesn't sound like pro play. This sounds like Davo in a pub.
It's clown game, yeah, for sure. But it actually looked really good. I mean, you just blink. You can blink on people and just incinerate them instantly. You don't need creeps
You'll
around.
just got the info. Oh, but he also found the sentry ward.
Yeah. See, this death wouldn't be too bad if it wasn't giving away dual damage. Because he's going to dual damage. It kind of sucks a little bit, but I guess it's only 10 at this stage. But also bring Legion closer to a blink.
He won't feel safe right now, though, Hestijo, and he is not safe because Boogie is waiting with his blink. He wants to reveal that. Oh, did Nico just show?
I think so, no. And in he goes, going for the creeps. Does manage to grab them, and now Nick was on top as well. They need to close the gap, though. The Global Science comes out. He's going to go for the TP out, and there's nothing they can do to stop this. That is frustrating. They will not be able to get the kill onto the Legion Commander. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Marnie just clearing out these creeps. But they can continue putting pressure down at bottom at the very least. But now Silencer is ready to fight. He's got himself a Rod of Atos. He's level 10. He's got the highest net worth. He's got a heck load of int. And he's going to find Boogie. In comes the Atos shortly. Waking him up first, holding him still, beating him down. And the axe is made to look like absolute butter stick.
In the meantime, the Legion got a duel on the side.
Yeah, trying to hold still the Ember for long enough here, but there's the Science coming out onto him. Is able to blink back, but over to Ace, who will take up the kill. No, he won't. Ooh, Hannah. No, he has to walk back into Ace here. Tries to get out with it. Oh, man. You got to give him credit. It was a long time, and now... Oh, no, Phoenix, he wants to get up the cliff, please, but he just ends up using a bit of his health for nothing, and the Boundless Strike is going to finish off Nika as well. And that's going to be 2 more kills thrown on top of that axe for Wind and Rain. In the bottom lane, Ascomanni, they are finding their feet. Found them, they put them on the floor, they started running around all over the place, and now they're kicking the shit out of them. It is not pleasant.
Well, not if you're Wind and Rain, no. But I gotta say that one of the things that really seems to unite these Ascomanni drafts is that they seem pretty fun to play.
Yeah,
all
that's
3
true.
of their cores just get an opportunity to be relevant. They'll get to, because they really draft for that laning stage so much, they all get their options to get some items, do some things, and then, you know, you get to, oh, the taunt actually makes sure that Hestijo does not get to duel out there. I was gonna say, and then you get to hang out with your buddies and kill some enemies. Good times, but not right there. It means that
There is a Chrono in the middle lane, though. They're jumping straight onto him, but do they have the damage? I mean, they're taking a very long time to bring him down. I don't even think they're going to get this one, as in comes Winter's Curse, trying to finish him off, and Ace TP's in to make sure that goes down. Now the egg on the backlines, it's going to get a ton of work done. It's going to come crashing down, holding still the Monkey King. Ace is going to go down. They're looking towards Hestijo as well. Nico flying onto his face and sitting on top of him. The Sunray coming through with Hannah trying to chase him down, but actually it's Nico who's going to go down to Hestijo. Meanwhile, in comes Master Risk on the backline. He's got a lot of damage, and Yola's going to feel it. Now Frit just trying to kill off this catapult here as they now change gears into reverse mode. They're trying to run back down where they came from, but Boogie is being run at here, and the Axe might not be getting out. Hestijo's closing the gap. He's got a duel. He's going to get the call off, which might stop them getting the duel. No, it doesn't. He's going to die all the same. Boogie, rest in peace, my little red friend.
Good job by Wind and Rain there, though, realizing that they could stand their ground there with the Sunray, healing up the Void, even when all of the backup was coming in. And I think there was no TP scroll on Noya there, so he could not come up into the fight at all. He was just farming on the on the top lane, and that really cost them dearly.
Yeah, no Noya, no fight. Talking about Yol here, he's been hit pretty hard. Cold Embrace doing literally nothing. Snefrit running up onto the high ground. This guy's crazy. Look at him go, but the Global Science comes out, and they're just going to turn around and kill off the Void as well. Now Frit getting a little bit too carried away there. I'm not even sure what the plan was, just running up onto the high ground onto 3 or 4 heroes. Maybe it was the... It almost seemed like Ascomanni were like hesitant to go on him. They're like, there's no way, right? Like they definitely have a spell to back this up, right? There's an axe about to blink on us or something, right? There was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. He literally just walked up there to die.
Yeah, and I mean, even I had that idea. Like, there must have been something else because Baby Knight was in front, and you could really see by his body language, like, oh man, I'm out too far.
Yeah.
Turns out, no, he wasn't. There was nobody behind that. So, smoke up soon on the shrine.
Yep, they have their ultimates back up, and boy, do they want to use them. Wind and rain.
Dal's got a double damage as well, and they might just find themselves Baby Knight, who is right on time.
Yeah, he's I mean, this worked okay last time for them. They were all sneaking around the back, and Baby Knight's like, there might be somebody here, and there comes a call. They're trying to do it without the Chronosphere, but they might need it anyway. Let's see if he throws it down. Yes, he does. Joe able to keep himself out of the Chronosphere, but they get the kill onto Baby Knight. Now they run themselves back. It looks like it's a nice kill attempt. Wind and rain bring the pain.
They still not getting any real damage done on this mid tower though.
No, they should do. Double damage on Ember Spirit. With the Silence are dead, but the Monkey King's TPing onto the front here, and I'm still seeing a little bit. Oh, the call comes out onto the Monkey. A nice Winter's Curse to hold back the support from the back line. In fact, Rubish is getting wrecked by Hesejo here. Ace is dropping low. The egg on the front lines as well. Hesejo's trying to take it out. They need to stop and bring this one down, but it doesn't really matter because they've got so much damage thrown on top of them. Down goes Nikwa though. Hannah's going to drop as well. 2 Neuer's remnants. Meanwhile, Yol still on top of Neuer. They want to at least try and get this one kill, but Yol is going to end up stuck on the cliff for now. Doesn't have a TP either, so he's going to be up here for a very long time. Meanwhile, the backline of the fight, Nefrit, oh no, the Silencer is back. He wants revenge, and Hesejo will exact it with his big spear, his halberd of death being taken down onto the void, and they don't even end up losing the tower. Oh, they do.
They do,
but whatever. I think Hesejo tried to deny it, but it actually got hit by a creep just as it came in there.
It's a bit of a tough moment for Ace there to come in with his Echo Saber that he hasn't really shown off yet. And oh, did we catch his straggler just now? Is Yol okay?
Yeah, Yol forgot to bring a TP to the fight, ended up on a cliff, and now he gets to sit here and consider his life choices whilst he gets beaten up by every member of Ascomanni.
+2. But yeah, Ace is going in for a BKB. He's bought up the Mithril Hammer already. And after that happens, I don't see a lot of ways that he could go down in these fights anymore. As long as he gets to click people, he is always going to be able to get the turnaround. But it has sort of stopped Ascomanni. It's like these constant offenses from Wind and Rain on those ultimate timings, these solid team fights, do have stopped that fun run at 2 tempo from the Vikings. So at the very least, the pressure is a bit off of the side of Wind and Rain's map. Although I gotta say that there is a lot of vision still up there. They gotta hold on for longer.
Neuer playing around with the remnants being super annoying here, and able to pick up 2 bounty runes for his team as well.
No. I thought for a second that he was just going to walk straight up the high ground there into the waiting room with Hannah.
He's not void. Going for a BKB as well. He's going to have one real soon. He's already got enough money for the Mithril Hammer. He's already got the Ogre Club. Meanwhile, there is a duel coming out. Not sure this is going to be enough to kill Phoenix, and he's... Oh, no, never mind. Rubik just pops him off from a distance.
And the pressure is back on. If you let that go even for a second, basically, well, never mind. Boogie got himself caught by Ace here. Oh, that is a very slow and painful death.
Yol's here to save the day though, but is it enough to save Boogie? He's going to need that blink, but with the Arcane Curse ticking down on him, he's not going to get it, and he gets finished off. And now they're going to look towards Yol as well. Yol on the run, but there's a big mean spirit trying to chase him through the trees, and hiding in the trees for a Monkey King is never really a good idea. Yol trying to get himself out, but there connects the Atos, and there comes his death. And on the top lane, they go for a duel now as well onto the Ember Spirit, and they're going to be able to get yet another kill. Ascomanni across the map. There's some really pissed off Danes right now, and they are just taking down the members of Wind and Rain.
You are messing with our fun? How dare you come between us and our fun?
Absolutely. So, what are the Danes famous for, Kibs?
The Danes,
Yeah.
like trying to take the name of the capital city of bicycles away from Amsterdam, trying to claim it for Copenhagen and failing. I don't know.
wow.
I know.
It's some spicy Scandinavian drama right there.
Oh yeah, like the Dutch do not appreciate that. Sure, you guys are that other really low country with like the windmills and the water management and whatever, but you are number 2. Do not forget. I have no idea if the Danes see it that way. I just know that I went to Denmark a couple of times and I was sort of like, excuse me, bicycle capital of the world? Have you seen Amsterdam? Have you heard of it?
Oh, they managed to get Legion Commander inside a Chronosphere, but there comes the silence inevitably to follow it up and lift out onto the void as well, but resulting in not much. The duel comes down to both of them. They are in some trouble right now, though Monkey King actually instantly cancels out his ulti, but it doesn't really matter. They kill Nephrid all the same. Meanwhile, Axe held still in the back lines. There comes a sleep. The egg on the front line just gets completely walked off here, getting absolutely nothing done as Baby Knight chasing down now, looking towards the Ember Spirit. Boogie is finished off on the back lines as the slow comes into the Master Wrist, holding them back from Hannah. But I mean, they've taken 2 big core kills already. They're happy with what they've got. They can go Roche or they can go top lane. Top lane seems to be the call for now. I mean, Ace messed up in that fight pretty badly by just cancelling out his Wukong's command straight away, but I don't even know where that egg was. The egg wasn't even in the same fight, I don't think. I think Ace was just... That's to do. Trying to get away from this right now. They might even be able to grab this kill, but Hannah taking his time to get into this one. And the heal's coming out onto him. He's running around on 70 HP and finally gets finished off. Hannah grabs the kill, but Ember Spirit might be dying in response. Nice dodge out onto the silence, but now Ace is on top of him and he should be dead. No more mana, no more spells, no more life.
I really pissed them off with that bicycle comment, didn't I?
Yeah, they're looking to prove you wrong. We are the bicycle capital of the world, damn it. Clearly what they're
An
fighting
illustrious
about right now.
title, yes.
Yeah.
So, smoke out again. They just got a veil on the Phoenix. It's not the biggest of timings, but you got to do something at this point. And they're going to run straight into another smoke from Master Risk and Noya.
I think these Phoenix are kind of okay to take this one. Well, I say that, yours actually coming in the back lines as well. Not sure what his game is, because he's just going to get wrecked by the 89.
Well, they got Baby Knight beat.
No.
Really, really very hard.
All right.
Luke already standing ready to cut creeps on the top lane, but they're not coming for your base, buddy. They're coming for Roshan. And Nephrid is so poor as well.
No,
One style finish. They're all forced into that.
Ow. Jesus. Okay, bye, Boogie.
What's the
Oh, man. Boogie, my boy.
You know what my hometown's famous for?
Tell me.
Well, it's famous for 2 things, actually. 3 things, actually. Okay, I'll take you through all of them, right? High Wycombe, it's the exact midpoint between Oxford and London. That's number 1. We used to be a great market town and rest point back in the day for travellers between the 2 cities. Very cool. Second thing, we make chairs.
Chairs?
Yeah, lots of chairs.
Then why do you have such a bad one right now?
Well, I'm in Birmingham now. I'm not in High Wycombe anymore. But yeah, if I was in High Wycombe, I'd have a godly chair.
is actually looking for some action on the top lane, but he might get it, and that would not be what he's looking for.
No, sometimes we think we know what we want until we have it, and then we realize that it's not what we want.
Well, you know, sometimes someone else gets what you wanted, and it was not good for them.
Sometimes the thing you want is actually what someone else wanted all along, and not what you wanted. So.
Well, what I think Wind and Rain wants right now is an option to get back into this game, but Baby Knight is standing on the front line, getting healed up, and there's no good way to go on him. And actually, Ace is
no, ow, Hannah is dead. A little bit dead. In fact, not a little bit dead, very dead. 45 seconds with a buyback. We're getting down now to the stage where we're looking at those buybacks and wondering... I don't think they should be saving them. They should be spending their money. They're not winning fights right now. Massive, but still.
Yeah, and Boogie gets out miraculously from pushing out this bottom lane. I don't think it's much more than a small delay, though. His team didn't actually back off very much. And they are still... Yol sneaks in a couple of cheeky wards there on the hill, but there is a duel already again in the mid lane.
Yeah, this one not so successful. There's a Sunray coming in and helping out Nefrit quite a lot with the Cold Embrace as well. They got plenty of heals. So, you know, no duel, no Monkey King ult. Maybe Wind and Rain want to make a play off this.
I'd be surprised. They have the vision over on the right side. So Joel's going for the smoke, and they see Ace on top right now. This is go time.
And here we go. Jewel comes in. The call, onto the Silencer on the back lines. As Faceless Void trying to get on top of him as well. But the Global Silencer is going to come out all the same. And now look at the damage coming out. But they should be able to bring down the Silencer's first life. We'll be able to do so now. Nefra takes the high ground. He can go back in with the Chronosphere. Seems like he's pretty much thinking about it here. But he needs a team if he does. Meanwhile, Ace trying to chase down. They're going in pretty deep right now as they come in onto the Void. Void taken down. Doesn't have buybacks. And again, this egg, where is it? Where is the egg? Nico, he's just so far away. He's egging for different engagements as the Sunray's going to try and heal up the Ember Spirit through the dual damage, but they just have more than enough to take him down. Now a call comes out, but it's just Silencer beating into Hesho, but he doesn't do any damage if he doesn't have those glaives on. Buyback comes in from Hannah. Baby Knight forcing out that BKB.
And now there's a win condition. All they have to do is kill the Ember Spirit again, and Wind and Rain are done for. And honestly, they didn't even have to walk up the high ground for that. So, the Wind and Rain, every attempt they're trying to make just falls flat. Their heroes are poor. Their supports have been unable to have any impact at all. They can't find any good fights.
Nope. Oh, Nefrit. Okay, he's trying to got the Chronosphere. Manages to find the Monkey King in that. Hescho comes in from the high ground. Now comes in the call from the Axe, but no, he gets lifted up, cancelled out. They're not going to get the damage off in time, and now the duel comes out onto the Faceless Void. They're trying to heal him up with a Cold Embrace, also stopping him from attacking back into the Bait Mail. Void trying to get himself away. He has got the Time Warp, but he's taunted up. By whom? By what? I don't even know. But he's going to get killed off all the same. And now Baby Knight playing around with Niqua. He runs himself back as down goes Hannah. He's caught up in the middle of the fight, and this is going to be Wind and Rain calling the good game. 2 games for Ascomanni. Pretty straightforward. They just kind of, you know, very calmly take the series. It's having fun, as you said, you know, having a classic draft last game, trying something new this game, and absolutely working out for them. I gotta say, you know, Wind and Rain, they didn't really play to their strengths in this series, I wouldn't say.
No, I don't really feel that either. They made things very hard for themselves in the draft by, well, the spot where they pick up that Ember Spirit makes it very hard for me. I think that especially against Ascomanni, who have been so hard on the melee lane dominators, you know, you're just giving them a lane matchup they already want anyway.
Yeah, right.
So it's rough for me to see how you can make up in the draft, even though like I can see how all the puzzle pieces fit together. I criticize the lack of stuns mostly. If you get behind out of the laning stage and you don't have any disables, it's very hard to make any turnaround plays. And they really had to walk in lockstep with the rhythm of their ultimates, and ultimately you could see that with the low cooldowns on the side of Ascomanni, and then sometimes that Baby Knight ultimate in between just to stop off ultimate aggression, then yeah. No space, no grip on the game. And
no
ultimately
space.
I can see that you tap out there because maybe they don't finish your entire base during the time that the Ember Spirit is dead, but there is no good winning scenario left anymore.
No, there's certainly not. That was very much the clock hitting a 0. There was really little they could do. I mean, you know, we said that the Void could always be a factor, but honestly, like, the Chronospheres just weren't doing anything. They were just having too much control over them. It didn't really feel like they were playing for much there Wind and Rain anyway. And towards the end, I just felt that they were looking, all in for a couple of kills or something, and they're not getting it. There was no kind of end goal towards once things started getting really rough. There's a point where you're just kind of sitting there dead going like, are we just waiting for the end of the game? Yeah, we kind of are. Should we just cut it short? Yeah, we probably should. GG, boys. Let's go next. And with that loss, I believe Wind and Rain have unfortunately been eliminated from the qualifiers. I mean, I think they still get one more game to play No, they don't. That was their last game. And yeah, with that loss, that definitely means they're locked dead last place, unfortunately. So commiserations to Wind and Rain for not having the performance they were perhaps looking for here in Group A of the MDL Chengdu qualifiers. But, you know, they can definitely learn things, take things away from this event. They've got a lot to look back on and played against some really awesome teams. So yeah, I'm sure they'll be back with a vengeance for the next round of qualifiers.
Yep. And as for Ascomanni, they actually keep themselves in the race for the top of the group right now, with this first proper win scored, and certainly hopes of, for example, Hippomaniacs getting soundly defeated by SNG. Their fate is in their own hands. If they beat Team Liquid, they can get themselves to the second spot in this group.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, they are not as at much of a risk of being eliminated as. So they're alive and kicking. And I imagine that they're going to give Liquid a run for their money, because both of these teams have been very aggressive, very upfront. And I am looking forward to watching that match later.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. But for us, it is going to be us signing off from this channel. We're going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the casts. And if you did, of course, follow on Twitter and let us know on Twitch chat. And we're going bye. Enjoy the next game. I believe the next series is going to be Hippomaniacs versus Singularity, where of course we'll have Saberlight playing up against his own old team, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, enjoy that one. I think it's gonna be, I mean, Party PD's in chat. I guess it's probably gonna be Party PT taking over from us. So yeah, good luck to him. And we're gonna say goodbye and thanks for watching.